And I'm not talking about Georgia, but I'm talking about the whole region. Politicians call up and they say, hey, I don't want you to cover this subject, or I want you to cover this other subject, or I want you to do this and this. How can they do this? They can do this because they're in cahoots, they have connections to the owners of the media. There was this newspaper, that was a national newspaper based in Bucharest, which is the most important city in Romania. And the newspaper was attacking constantly a judge who was judging, who had a court case that he was judging, on a member of the parliament who was tried for corruption. But the newspaper kept on saying, no, this is not true, he's not corrupt, you know. They published some false information on the judge, that actually the judge is corrupt, you know. And all this case is a shame, they said, there is politics involved, and this guy is not guilty, but there is the government that wants to take him down, and all sorts of this sort of information. It was weird, because that information was not attributed to any sources, you know, we just had this information coming from nowhere, but putting pressure on that judge all the time. But if you go to the media index database and click on the name of the newspaper, of the national newspaper, you'd see that actually the member of the parliament who was tried for corruption was associated in a private limited company with the owner of the newspaper. So it made all the sense in the world right now that the newspaper was trying to throw a lot of dirt on the judge, was investigating the business partner of the owner of the newspaper. So this is why it's important always to know who owns a media outlet, because it's the only way to identify interests behind coverage. And it's the only way to show to people, look, and for people to know that this information is not correct. I won't believe, you know, information that is published by the business partner of this member of the parliament who's tried for corruption. It's the only way to find out such problems.